All right, let's talk about three tiny words that cause some major headaches in English: by, until, and from. We're going to get this sorted out once and for all.
So, have you ever found yourself pausing, wondering which one of these to use? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. They look so simple, right? But just one little mix-up can totally change what you're trying to say.
But hey, no worries at all. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down step by step so you can start using these words with complete and total confidence.
So, here's the game plan. We'll start with why it's so confusing in the first place. Then, I'll give you 3 super simple rules. We'll zero in on the trickiest pair, see them in some real-life situations, tackle common mistakes, and then wrap it all up with a memory trick to make sure it sticks.
So, what's the big deal? Why are these so tricky? Well, it's because they all have to do with time, but they describe it in totally different ways. One's a limit, another is about how long something lasts, and the third is just a starting line. And that's exactly where all the confusion comes from. Okay, let's build our foundation. The key here, isn't about memorizing a bunch of complicated grammar rules. Nope, it's about getting a handle on 3 really simple core ideas. First up is by. Whenever you see by, I want you to think deadline. It's the absolute last moment something can happen. So if your boss says, I need that report by Monday, you can send it on Saturday, Sunday, or even Monday morning. But Tuesday? Nope, too late. Okay, next we have until. This word is all about duration. It describes an action that's continuous. It keeps going and going and going, and then it stops at a specific time. I'm going to study until 6 p.m. means that whole time you are studying, and then at 6, you stop. And last but not least, from. This one is usually the easiest to get. It just marks the starting point. That's it. Simple, right? The shop is open from 9 a.m. It tells you when things kick off. And here we have it, all laid out together. Honestly, this is the core of everything. If you can just connect by with deadline, until with duration, and from with the starting point, you've basically won half the battle right there. All right, now let's zoom in on the main event, the biggest mix-up of them all. By versus until. If you can get this pair right, you're going to sound so much more natural. Just think about these 2 sentences for a second. I will wait until 8 p.m. That describes a continuous action, right? You're there, you're waiting, the clock is ticking. But I will arrive by 8 p.m. That's a single event, a promise. You're not there yet, but you're saying you will be there at or before that deadline. And here's a fantastic pro tip. The verb you use is a massive clue. Think about it. Continuous actions like waiting or studying or staying, they just naturally go with until. But those single, one-and-done actions, things with a finish line like arriving or submitting, those are a perfect match for by.
Okay, enough with the rules for a minute. Let's see how all this actually works together in the real world. This is where it's all going to start clicking into place for you.
So picture this. You're planning a meeting. You use from to set the time frame, like from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Then you use by to give everyone a deadline. Please arrive by 1:55 p.m. And finally, you use until to talk about how long you'll be there. I'll stay until the end. See? All 3 working together in perfect harmony.
And it works just as well in casual situations. You get an invitation that says this, it's perfectly clear, right? From and until tell you how long the party lasts, and by sets the expectation for when you should show up.
Okay, you ready to level up? Let's look at some of the most common mistakes people make. By fixing these, your English will sound that much sharper and more professional. Let's kick things off with the number 1 mistake I hear all the time. It almost always happens when people talk about finishing something and they mix up by and until. And this right here, this is the key difference. Finishing something isn't a continuous action. You don't finish for hours. It's a single event, a deadline you hit. And that's exactly why you have to use by. Ready for a more advanced tip? This is a good one. Let's see what happens when we throw the word not into the mix. The meaning can change a lot. So if you say I won't finish it by tomorrow, that's simple. It just means you're going to miss the deadline. But I won't leave until you apologize. Whoa, that's totally different. That sets a condition. It means you are staying continuously, and the only thing that will make you leave is that apology. It's a really powerful structure to get the hang of. Whew, we've covered a lot of ground, so let's bring it all home and lock it in with one last super simple memory trick you can take with you. Look, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. From now on, whenever you're not sure, just ask yourself one simple question. Am I talking about a deadline? Then use by. Is it a continuous duration? Use until. Or is it just a starting point? Use from. That's it. That is the entire system right there.
So there you have it. We've broken it all down, from the basic rules right up to the pro tips. The knowledge is yours now. The only thing left to do? Go out and start putting it into practice. Thanks for tuning in.